Jemima, are you listening? Hello, Hello, Jemima. Are you listening?
Sir. Yes,
Okay, so
sir.
tell me, what should I say on this special day? Wish you all the participants a happy World Anatomy Day today.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, sir, for wishing us well on World Anatomy Day. We
Thank you
really
all.
appreciate. We
And
also
thanks,
wish
everyone,
you.
for calling. Hello.
We,
Yes,
yes, sir.
the network is still interrupting.
No,
So
you
all the
can go on.
participants, wish you all a happy World Anatomy Day. And as all the rest of the panelists told you about anatomy, its prospects, future of anatomy. What I want to say, like, if you have done your graduation,
Okay, sir. Before you go on, sir, I would like to quickly give a profile about you. Dr. Asmi Moshin
yeah,
is a very sound anatomist, and he has, I don't know how clear we can see this, but these are how its profile looks like. He has been working as a professor of anatomy in India. He has a YouTube channel tagged Dr. Sam's Anatomy Classes. He is also the vice chairperson of India Medical Students Organization. He has been active in one body or the other. He has gotten gold medals for paper presentation and various organizations. So I would also send this to us. Dr. Asmi Machine, I saw
yeah,
something on LinkedIn, and your name was included in the advisory board of Indebesing Embryology. That's great. Congratulations,
yes.
sir.
Thank you, thank
Congratulations.
you,
The good
thank
people
you.
of Academic Student Society of Nigeria sends their greetings, sir. I was like, wow, 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 this is Dr. Oshin. All right, so sir, I'll go straight to the question because of time
Happy
and
birthday on the
late there and
okay.
let you go to bed. I had a lot of questions already, but I will just try as much as I can to bring
Yes,
it low. Um, Dr. Asmi Moshin, I'm sure
yes,
some persons still confused about the roles of an anarchist in society.
yes.
Um,
Please repeat.
as it relates to health crisis, some persons are still confused about the role. So please, sir, could you just highlight the roles of an anatomist as it relates to specialties and all of that, sir?
Like, anatomist, if you're talking about anatomist, because before doing anatomy, he is already a graduate from a medical field, right? So he has the skills of practicing medicine and surgery as well. That's why we are anatomists, and we know the clinical skills as well. And after doing this MD anatomy, you have like two big broad prospects. One thing is like you can go into teaching and you know creating new doctors, new medical health professionals, and other field is like for the research work. I like the statement Mr. Ibrahim said that it's like connecting the bridge between the living and the dead, right? Then live like
Yes.
imagine. Hello,
Yeah, I can hear you.
yes. So I was saying that we dissect the entire human body, right? So we okay, let me sit up. So the surgeon dissects only the part of the section required, or surgery required in the particular portion of the body. But we actually, throughout the long period, we dissect the entire human body. See, we know actually the entire little details of all the structure present in the human body. Like God has created the human body, and all the little important everything has its own significance. Everything in the body has been made for a purpose.
Okay.
So if you admire from microscopic, histology, to the gross anatomy, to the surface anatomy, radiological anatomy, embryology, genetics, neuroanatomy, right? Each of its varied branches, they all have a significance. And if you know, if you're interested to know about human body, that means you are actually appreciating the creation of nature, the creation of God. This is like, everything. Imagine the rods and cones in arena. Nobody can create such thing. Like we can create robots, but we cannot create a human being on our own. Like these are natural, gifted, God's gift. So we have to appreciate, like if you have this sense of appreciation of creation of God, you should go and explore the entire human body, the human mind, details of it, and that will excite your more of interest to develop more of the human body and how each of the little structures in the human body, each of it has a purpose. This way it creates interest. And further, like the two broad aspects, as I said, was teaching and research. So first of all, like going into teaching, you need to first enrich yourself with the knowledge of anatomy. You should know the entire detail. You should be competent enough. You should be having the talent to teach the student, because teaching is something that's a different type of talent. When you teach, you're imparting your knowledge to the students, and you should be sure enough the students are getting what you're speaking, what you're telling them. That should go into the head of the students. Like that's the important thing. Then yes, in source if research, like just imagine whatever we study in human anatomy till now, it has been contributed to by those great scientists in last few centuries back. They've been so working around when there was like the science was not so much advanced, but still they worked upon dissection of the human body and minute details. They classified Broadman's in right, even Caucase area was identified in 18th century. So, these are so past little things that people, the scientists in those eras, they were working so hard. And it's because of those contributions from those scientists that we teach anatomy today. Right? So, what an anatomy can do now, as Dr. Ibrahim was saying, that we should not get restricted that anatomy is enough. We still have to explore a lot. So what we can do is like go into the details of knowing more of the structure. Let me tell you that brain today has only been studied. 30% of the brain has been studied today. There is still a lot more to explore in the neuroanatomy portion. So,
Okay, Doctor, please could you slow down a bit? You're kind of too fast and difficult for us to.
actually, I've been waiting long, so I have to go home now. It's 2 hours waiting.
We'll see if we could reschedule too still on Zoom. We could repeat the video, but just for those that are still loving to watch it, we are just
Okay, then
trying
it's
to
good. Okay, then it's
just
good.
try.
Yes, so those two are the prospects. And what you are asking about, like, what anatomist can, do better in his other fields, right? These were the two questions, right? You asked me two questions.
Yes,
What
sir.
else did you ask? Yes.
I
So
um
anatomists, apart from these two, like teaching and research are the two main domain in which an anatomist can become expert. There's the main purposes of being an anatomist. And to the other purposes is like, you can like go into different varied branches, disciplinaries of anatomy, like clinical embryology was one, genetics is one, human medical genetics is one. Because intrauterine surgeries to correct the congenital anomalies is being advanced portion of this surgery now. And then yes, the other thing is like that electron microscopy, the nanotechnology is a really very advanced thing, because that's like magnifying to size of nanometers. The resolution power of the electron microscope is around 1 angstrom to 1 nanometer. So studying and reflecting the images in electron microscopy, that's another advanced field one can go and become an expert in that. Then other fields of related to anatomy, one is like yes, 3D imaging. Somebody was talking before that about 3D imaging, because nowadays it's digital world, and people not always have like access to the cadavers every time, sitting back at home. You can look at those videos. So the 3D anatomy is one which the creators, the software creators, they actually require the anatomists to get involved and incorporate that knowledge of anatomy to develop those softwares. So that's one of the field where it's required. And yes, the other fields which you can build in career, or you can do, apart from the main thing that's teaching, becoming a professor, and developing good doctors, future doctors, you can also provide help to those industries who are like making those prostheses and
Yes,
implants.
process.
Yes, orthosis, prosthesis, like inside and outside the body. Those are the implants which are required. They require anatomical knowledge.
Okay.
So those were other things. Then apart from that, if you see even the gadgets means like the earphone, the mobile, these are all made human hand friendly and ear oracle friendly. So these all also little things where have incorporation of knowledge of anatomy is required. And what else should I say about yes. In gym and yoga instructors and anatomists can better deliver how to work upon and exercise muscles to relieve the pain. Right? That's what we teach the physiotherapy students. So an anatomist can be a better yoga guide, or a gym trainer. What
Yeah,
else?
Jim.
Yes, gym trainer, yoga trainer. They are, well, one can part time. He can get involved in that also. Uh, and yes, sculpturing, the art museums, remember the art
Yes.
museums, there also we have to have. And yes, cosmetology is also developing branch recently, right? To decrease the body fat, to increase the body fat, right? Breast augmentations, then to remove those wrinkles around the face, the botox, use of botox. This purpose of using botox, this the skill actually needs an analytical knowledge, because there are a lot of cutaneous nerves running, right? So you have to have the idea of the veins running in which area and where you applying for the botox. So anatomical knowledge, facelifting surgeries, plastic surgeries for facelifts, that also is required. And yes, trichologists, like hair transplant surgeries, that also require the knowledge of anatomy. So one can get involved. If this is all basically dependent on your interest in the subject. If you are inquisitive to know more, deliver more, that's a big field. It's a big, very, very wide syllabus, right? Right from ENT, ophtha, gynec, surgery, medicine, forensic medicine, right? Autopsies. Then you have those, anthropologic, like science, anthropologic science, related to forensic. There also the knowledge of anatomy, right, from the ancestors, that also is required. So it has a lot myriad of the branches, but basically what is required is the interest. If you the interest you can be satisfied, you can work upon, and don't forget that it's not the limit. Even if you still have that, that curiosity to go into a clinical side, you can move do. I mean, if an anatomist goes to the surgical, like, it's not the end. It's not like a final destination. If you are an anatomist and if still you want to practice for surgery, you can very well go into surgery, because an anatomist, I believe, can work upon surgery uh, even more better, because he more of experience in post graduation days in anatomy. So
Oh,
this is all I believe. There are lots of future for anatomy. Yes, and Jemima, tell me more. What should I answer now?
okay, sir. Thank you very much for answering this question so elaborately. Um, Dr. Moshi has said the specialties of anatomy are so much, but it depends on your interest. He made
Yes,
mention of it depends
yes,
on your, and he mentioned trichology, cosmetology, embryology, histology. He said nanotechnology, which is not common in Nigeria. He said electron microscopy. We could still tag
yes,
it as histology. He made mention of gadgets, aesthetics, and all of that. That these are specialties one can explore as an anatomist, and you names those roles. That it depends on your. You said two things. It depends on your interest and your ability
Yes.
to become.
Yes.
Wow. Thank you very much, sir. Very wonderful. So, in as much as some of these specialties are not existing in Nigeria, so does it mean with our creativity we can begin something like that with the theoretical aspect of what we read?
Please pardon the question.
Okay, I was just asking, since you said it requires one's interest and
Yes,
creativity. Now I'm
the
saying,
inquisitiveness to know.
for example, technology, we don't practice that in Nigeria.
Okay.
You gadgets, we don't do that. You also, okay, gym training, it's kind of common here. Trichologist is not really common.
Implant,
Now in Nigeria, it's not common.
processing.
We just major in embryology, histology, and all of that. So I
Yes.
am asking, since you have said two things, interest and creativity, can we use our creative self to bring out most of these specialties for them to be practiced in Nigeria?
I don't know about Nigeria. Do those anatomists basically do the MBBS course before doing MD anatomy, right? So they already done a graduation in medicine.
Yes. No, we usually go with BSc anatomy, then
Okay,
whoever
so they are
wishes.
from non-medical. So if they're from non-medical field, then they can move on with research. Research is a good option for them, and teaching, of course. And there are various tests people apply for USMLE lab, right? In India, there's a like this industry is blooming up, the coaching industry. PQL have started coaching centers for training the students to clear the USMLE and lab exams. So the knowledge of anatomy is required there also to clear those exams, right? So one can go into this profession of coaching institutes, opening up the coaching institutes and training the students.
Okay. Okay, sir. I can see a comment of one of your students, Navin. Navin is saying your classes are very interesting, sir. Okay, sir.
Well,
With that is the modality of teaching in India. And um, is there something we Nigerians we can learn from that modality of learning? And what can you suggest are ways to overcome the challenges students face? Because I am sure there are still challenges that students are facing. So what can you say on that, sir?
should I talk about the modalities of teaching or the challenges that the students face?
You
First, I
can
should tell
relate,
you about the modalities. Yes.
sir.
So let me tell you about the two. Once a student gets admitted in a medical college in either of the branches, like in a physiotherapy or nursing or a dental or a medical or whatever course he gets admitted to, firstly he will have to purchase the books, right? And the book for a beginner should be a simple book with simple diagrams which he can easily understand. Then he needs the guide or a teacher, one who can, you know, mentor a fresher student. Mentoring a PG student is a different thing. Mentoring us to, freshers is different thing. So guide is required in the niche. Then you have the gross specimens, the museums. You can move on in the museums. That also create interest as I think Mr. Fabric was like, the one from Australia. He was an
Yeah.
embryologist. Actually. Yes, he was saying about the interest he got from embryology. Look, in the museums when you go, you find different forms of twins. You will find those Siamese twins, congenital twins, sometimes in encephalocele, right? There are different, uh, congenital errors which you'll find kept in the museum. So that also creates interest. Then you have cadavers, then you have histological slides, then you have charts, models, specimens. Those are the modalities of teaching in an institute, right? But when a person comes back home, like sitting back at home, when you don't have like an institutional atmosphere, there I think, there in India we call it as self-directed learning. SDL, we call it as SDL. Self-directed learning is like a student should develop interest to know more by himself, and for that he can get use of those atlases, the books, the bones from which he can see directly, and otherwise you can use the digital media on the digital platform. You can Google search all your queries. You can go to YouTube section to find lots of videos on anatomy. Whatever you want to know, you just need to type and you get to know about the, whosoever is like running those channels. You can subscribe, you can follow those channels regularly. That also is a better way of learning. Then there are a lot of ebooks, there are a lot of PDFs you can download to learn. And basically it's long way of study. It's not like, you just started 2 3 months and you say I lost interest. No, I don't want to pursue this. It needs time to develop interest, right? You gather, got getting to know, because initially when you dig in, right? So some general aspects will be taught to you, and you will find that, oh, it's not something interesting. When you're getting to know the details of the human body, you get to know how the nervous system develops, how much it is beneficial to us, how we plan our actions, how is memory saved, how is, the vision, the images formed in the, occipital cortex and everything, right? How the heart's pumping, how this maturation is happening, how reproductive system works, and everything. Slowly you get to the interest. So one should have been consistent to read the books and consistency to follow either the YouTube channels. One should have consistency, regular watching and understanding. And there are even blogs, there are even comment section on the YouTube channels. If you have into the community section, you can raise a query there. You can raise a query that whatever you don't understand from the video, you can raise a query, you can solve then. So it's a digital world. You can, like this time we are connected to you, the ASON from Nigeria, the students of Nigeria. Like this is the 21st century sitting right here in my college, and this was not like easy to discuss less 20 years back. So we should take advantage of this digital media, digital social media, as well as study materials. You can grasp a lot.
Also, please, sorry to cut you short. My students are saying you are speaking too fast. And it seems I'm the only one understanding and I'm the only one picking the points. So please, can you just go a little bit slower, please? We know we've eaten
Oh,
your time. Just 3 more minutes, we're out.
okay. Tell me one by one. What, like, you give me a single question. I'll answer in slowly and slowly. Go slow.
Okay. Better.
So what do they want to ask the students? Yes,
Okay,
somebody
you
written comparative
okay.
anatomy. Yes, somebody written comparative anatomy. This also is really important to understand the evolution of humans, right? From the aquatic life to amphibians, reptiles, then quadrupeds, then apes, then human beings. So this is all like, if you are interested to know about this comparative anatomy, you are actually developing interest to know about the evolution, how centuries back human beings have evolved, right? So if you see the human brain, like if you know a little bit about the cerebrum, then aquatic life, they also have this sense of balancing. Even the aquatics, the fishes do also. If you float a fish upside down in the water, it will come back to its normal position, right? If you
Okay.
see the quadrupeds, they are standing on the four limbs, right? But they don't fall down even if they sleep. So because that the cerebellum is moving and maintaining the posture of those muscles, the tonicity of the muscles, and gradually the human beings then attain this erect posture. Right, so human beings attaining that posture, now they have started using the upper limbs for other very skillful, precise activities. So your cerebrum also got advanced in doing those skillful, precise, skillful, voluntary activities. While your lower limb now has been more advanced to balance. You can ride a bicycle very easily. You can go skating very easily because you have a very strong sense of balancing only on the two limbs. So this is how you develop, the gradually, start developing interest. Comparative anatomy, and remember, yes, comparative anatomy. If you see the lower animals, like uh, in our like in India side, people say, I don't know, you must not knowing Hindi. People say like akal badi ki bhais, whether it's the brain bigger or the cow is bigger or the buffalo is bigger, which is bigger in size. Here we said that. Hello.
I can. Yeah, Dr.
Yes,
Moshin.
yes. I think it's how much minutes? 8:30.
Okay,
I
sir.
think.
You've Thank you very much, sir. You've really highlighted
Well, yes, there is a
modalities
lot of
of
lot to talk about, and wish you all the participants, all the anatomists around the world. You are like you should feel privileged. You are teaching them, and you are serving the humanity. You are serving the mankind by teaching them about human beings. Okay, so enjoy this day. Have a good day. All the best. Thank you, Jemima.
you go. Let me
Okay,
say something.
sure. Tell me.
Okay, sir. I really appreciate the things you've said, the modalities of treatment, of learning you have highlighted. I want to encourage our students. Dr. Moshin has a YouTube channel that will also help us in our learning. He made mention of self-directed learning. I don't think we practice that in Nigeria. We just wait for our lecturers to come teach us, and that's all. So
No, this should be
he
practiced. Self-directed
about
learning is very
so
important.
okay. So if we could highlight or check his YouTube page, I'm going to be sharing the link for us. We should try our best to follow the link, subscribe to the channel. It's going to be giving us tutorials on anatomy, the brain. I watched one very interesting on the brain, on organs, and so many other things that Dr. Sam has for us in the tutorial section. Thank you very much, Dr. Moshin.
Thank you,
We'll try
Jemima, for
maybe
asking the
invite
students to subscribe, and
uh,
to the all the participants. I would say, just if you are really interested to know gradually, because I don't keep switching to other topics. I'm gradually completing neuroanatomy these days. So if you are interested, you should start from the beginning, the very first lecture, and then follow around more than 50 to 60 videos I've already uploaded about neuroanatomy. So start from the very beginning. And if you have doubts, you can raise a query and ask me. Okay. So I should go now. It's like 8:30. I'm outside my college. I have to go home. All the best. Cheer up.
thank
Enjoy. Wish you all a
thank you.
happy World Anatomy Day. Thank you. Thank you all.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye, sir. Safe trip.
Thank you.
Okay. That was a wonderful one from Dr. Moshin. For those of you just joining, you missed a lot. But we'll try to share the video on Instagram TV. And I don't know, I'll try my best to speak to the national executive to see if they can recast this talk show on Zoom so that every person will benefit in a better way, and it will be something we'll have lessons to learn. Thank you very much for listening. I got some questions along the line. I was hoping I would ask him. Where was that? About anatomy. Okay. I'm trying to get it from from okay, I've seen it. Hosaliana. He said what he thinks for a way forward for anatomy is to restructure anatomy as a course of study in Nigeria. We can achieve this if we are united. Okay, answering your question, I was at the last conference, the Anatomical Society of Nigeria conference at Calabar, late October last year, and Professor Ekanem brought to the notice of everyone through the committee that is reviewing the curriculum that they've added 30 new courses to the curriculum. So this is something we should celebrate on World Anatomy Day. If we have 13 new courses in our curriculum, is a way forward, because the courses that they added are will I call it entrepreneurship course. Official T White, you are here with us. You remember the interview you had with Professor Ekanem, when she said anatomy, we just take it like just a course. We are not seeing it from the entrepreneurial side. And this is almost the same thing Professor Moshin from India is saying, that if we want to practice anatomy, it's two things: interest and creativity. I intern in Antonio